Hello traders, Doc here. So new week, new trades, new profits. So let's review some of the trades that I took this week. If you like these weekly reviews, please like and subscribe so I can continue to make more. And also thanks to FundedNext for sponsoring this video. First trade that we took this week is this British pound US dollar trade. I used my strategy here and it worked perfectly. First, what we can see here is this series of higher lows and also this very impulsive bullish move. After that, we can see that price formed this bearish pullback that lost the power here. And then we can see a bullish reaction to this previous significant zone. If we zoom out, we will see that this zone acted as a support here and then resistance here. Price broke it and then went down with this slow bearish pullback to test it and form this bullish reaction. Here I noticed this bullish wick rejection and also this bullish candlestick. So once I saw that and also stochastic RSI buy indication, I decided to enter a buy trade. Again, I used my strategy with impulsive move, slow bearish pullback, retest of a previous key zone, bullish reaction and also stochastic RSI buy indication. That is the place where I decided to look to buy and catch this bullish momentum. As we can see, price continued to go up and it hit our take profit easily. I decided to put stop loss below this weak rejection and I aim for a good risk reward ratio 1:2. So this was the first trade of the week that I also took in my FundedNext account and I also shared it in my VIP group. Now let's see this trading opportunity that I missed unfortunately on Australia dollar US dollar. It happened during the Asian session and I wasn't there, so I wasn't able to take this trade, but it was a very good opportunity. So first what we have here is this uptrend and then price formed this very impulsive bullish move to break these key levels. We can mark this zone as a resistance zone, but then price went back to test it. But first we can see that price tested it with this very impulsive bearish move. So at this point here you don't want to enter. Why? Because this pullback here is very aggressive. Yes, we have uptrend here and we have impulsive bullish move, but then we want to wait for a slow bearish pullback, not aggressive bearish move like this one here. As we can see, this was very aggressive bearish move, so you don't want to enter here. But after that, we can see that bears started to lose the power. Price formed this bullish reaction and then quickly after that, it formed bearish move, but the intensity of this bearish move is much lower than the intensity of this move here. There is a big difference when price forms move like this and when it forms move like this. So this move is very slow, which means that buyers are not very aggressive like they are here. So that tells us the story that here people want to buy and here they also want to buy, but they are not desperate like they are here. So as I said, price formed this bearish move here with low intensity. And now you can decide to wait for a reaction to this previous key level. As we can see, price tested this resistance zone with a bullish engulfing candlestick formation and also we had stochastic RSI buy indication. We can also connect these higher lows with this bullish trend line. So this place here was a very good place to enter a buy trade and catch this bullish move. As I said, I missed it, but that's okay, you can't catch every trade and every good opportunity, so I just focused on the next one. So what we have here is this uptrend and then price formed very aggressive bullish move. Then it formed aggressive bearish move and you don't want to trade here. After that we can see bullish reaction and the new very slow bearish pullback. At that point, price retested previous key zone and formed bullish reaction and we also had stochastic RSI buy indication. So this was a very good place to enter a buy trade and catch this bullish move. The next trade that I took is this euro dollar trade. I also took it in my FundedNext account and shared it in my VIP group. So what we have here is this bullish move. If you look closely, we will see that price formed this bullish wedge pattern. We can see here this series of higher highs and also higher lows. So price broke our wedge pattern and then went up to retest it. But more important thing is that price failed to break this previous high. At this point I'm just waiting and not taking any trades. Then we can see this very aggressive bearish move and then price went up to retest this significant zone. This zone acted as a support and resistance multiple times in the past and that's why this zone is a significant zone. So once price went back to retest this zone, it formed these multiple bearish weak rejections. And that is the point where I said, okay, now I want to look for the opportunities to sell. Price started to form strong bearish candlestick and that is when I decided to enter a sell trade. I decided to put stop loss above these wicks and aim for good risk reward ratio and also this previous significant zone. As additional reason, we had this stochastic RSI sell indication. So I saw this as a very good opportunity and I traded it. I shared the signal, also took it in my FundedNext account and as we can see, price went down. You can see this little arrow here and that is when I decided to exit. So price formed this very nice bearish move. It missed my take profit and then bull started to push the price up. So at that point I decided not to risk and also because of the upcoming news. That was a very good choice because as we can see, price was crazy here. It formed this very strong bearish wick rejection and after that it formed multiple bullish wick rejections. Eventually it went down to hit our take profit, but I didn't want to risk and I decided to close this trade here. And I think that was a very good exit despite the fact that price eventually went down to hit take profit. This day I also noticed good opportunity to trade US dollar Swiss franc, but I didn't enter, but one my student Leon, he entered. Let me show you his trade. So this is 5-minute time frame, and as we can see we have this very aggressive bullish move. After that price formed this bearish move, but the intensity of this bearish move is not as strong as the intensity of this bullish move. So this clearly indicates that bears are not as strong as bulls. Price then retested this previous resistance. Let me mark it here so you can see it better. And eventually we can see that bears failed to break this zone. We also have stochastic RSI buy indication, and then price formed this very strong bullish candlestick. So he decided to take this trade and put stop loss below this zone, and he aimed for this previous high. So price went up to hit his take profit, so this was a very good trade. Congrats Leon, or Leon, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. The reason why I didn't take this trade is because on 1 hour time frame we can see this very strong downtrend, but that's not the main reason. The main reason is the fact that we already had euro dollar trade active, because these two pairs have negative correlation. Because of that I would basically duplicate my position, and I didn't want to do that. So I decided to skip this one, but it was a very good trade. And also, as we can see, even on 1 hour time frame this analysis worked, because price continued to go up with this very strong bullish move. Third trade is this Australian dollar US dollar trade. But this time it is a little bit different because I decided to take this counter trend trade. It's this very aggressive bullish move, price formed this pullback and then continued to go up. After that we can see that price failed to break this previous high, and basically it formed this double top chart pattern. Price then retested this neckline and continued to go down with another aggressive bearish move. So what's important here is the fact that price formed this aggressive move and then very slow bullish pullback and then another very aggressive bearish move. After that we can see another bullish pullback, but it is again very slow. Look how many candlesticks it took for the price to go from here to here, and it actually failed to break this previous high, and it only took one bearish candlestick for the price to go from here to here. Also, we can see that price retested this previous low, formed a bearish reaction, and that is where I decided to enter a sell trade. This time we also don't have stochastic RSI signal, but I decided to take this trade anyway. So I noticed these early signs of bearish pressure because price formed this aggressive bearish move, slow bullish pullback, another aggressive bearish move, slow bullish pullback, reacted to this previous low, and that's when I decided to enter a sell trade. As we can see, price continued to go down, and I decided to exit here. I didn't want to keep this trade overnight and risk potential reversal, so I decided to exit here. We can see that price eventually went down to hit or take profit, but again I don't regret this decision to exit. It was a very good trade and it ended in profit, and that's all what matters. But there is also one more reason why I decided to take this trade. I spotted that on 1 hour time frame price is overextended. I was expecting to see bearish pullback, I didn't expect to see bullish continuation, and also we have this bearish divergence with this stochastic RSI indicator. So this, combined with the reasons that I found on 5-minute time frame, led to my decision to enter this trade, and as we can see it was a good decision. I also took this trade in my FundedNext account, and I also have special discount code, so you can use this code FXDOC for 120% withdrawal reward. And also right now FundedNext has 25% discount offer for all Stellar Instant accounts. Here you can see this new offer, 25% discount, and also FundedNext now has 2K account Stellar Instant. And they also added reset discount. And also you can combine this with my coupon code. Check the link in the description, and if you have any questions feel free to contact me. And let me mention this trade to you that I missed, unfortunately. So basically I spotted that euro Australian dollar is weakening and the price is going down, so it is a good pair to look to sell. That is exactly what I said in my VIP group, but the price moved very fast that I wasn't even able to catch this trade. In my VIP group I wrote around here that I want to look to sell this pair, but minutes after this very aggressive bearish move occurred, so I wasn't able to take this trade. It happened very fast. So what we had here is a series of lower highs and also lower lows. Price then formed this aggressive bearish move and then pullback. We can see these bearish weak rejections, and price formed this new lower high. It also retested this previous low, and we had stochastic RSI sell indication. So here it was a very good place to enter a sell trade, put stop loss above these candlesticks and aim for a good risk reward ratio. Unfortunately, as I said, I missed this trade because it happened too fast, but it is what it is. I'm glad that my analysis was good. Sometimes you will have good analysis but miss your trade, and then you will be devastated because you lost the profits, but you should focus on a good side, and the good side is the fact that you had good analysis. At this moment is Thursday and I didn't notice any good opportunities, so currently I don't have any active trades. If I open new trades today or tomorrow, I will update you. It's Friday now and market is closed, but we took 2 more trades. The next trade that we took is this euro Australian dollar sell trade. The reason why I took this trade is first we have this very strong downtrend, and then price formed this very aggressive bearish moves. Price eventually went up to test this previous resistance, and we had this bearish pressure here with these bearish candlesticks. Also, we had stochastic RSI sell indication, and that is where I decided to enter a sell trade and put stop loss above this resistance. But as we can see, price started to consolidate and nothing happened here. It was in small profit here, but eventually price formed this bullish candlestick, and here I decided to exit this trade at break even. I didn't want to hold this trade overnight, and also we can see this consolidation, so I don't want to keep it because I cannot be 100% sure where the breakout will occur. We can see that eventually price went down and then up again, and pretty much nothing happened here, so this close here was a good decision. And the last trade that we took this week is this euro dollar trade. So here I decided to enter a sell trade because here we have this very strong bearish move, and then price formed this bullish pullback that retested this support zone. We also had stochastic RSI sell indication, and price formed this very strong bearish candlestick. So that is when I decided to enter a sell trade, put stop loss above this zone, and aim for a good risk reward ratio. But as we can see, bulls started to push the price up, and here I decided to exit. So once I spotted this bullish move and once price broke this resistance, I decided to exit because at that moment I didn't have any reasons to hold this trade. Basically, I can only pray and hope that price will reverse and go down, but that is not a smart way to trade. You don't want to be a hope trader, you want to react. So price didn't go the way that I wanted, and I decided to react. I decided to close this trade with minus 6 pips, and that was a good decision because eventually we can see that price went up to hit our stop loss. I followed my strategy. Unfortunately, it didn't work this time, and that is okay because it will not always work, but I'm glad that I reacted to this bullish move and that I decided to close this trade. So at the end of the week, we had 3 profitable trades, 1 break even and 1 loss. Another very good and profitable week for us, and I'm very happy about it. If you find this video to be helpful, please like and subscribe so I can continue to make more. If you need any help, you can always contact me via Telegram, and remember traders, trade healthy. Bye bye.